Good morning, everyone. Imam, can we get them a prayer from you, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين وإن تستفتحوا فقد جاءكم الفتح نصر من الله وفتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل والله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Shukran, Imam C. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord God Almighty, have mercy upon this nation, the Gambia. Have mercy upon this nation, the Gambia. Have mercy upon this nation, the Gambia. For all the evil things that have been revealed, that have been done in this land, people that have been killed in the most gruesome manner. Families that have been robbed of their loved ones. We say, have mercy, Lord. May your reconciliation spirit descend mightily upon this land, that what has happened here will never again surface in this land. We ask, Lord, that you will grant your people in this land to be patient enough as the truths are coming out bit by bit. Grant, Lord, that the people will not take vengeance in their hands, but that will allow the due process of the law to take its course. We continue to ask that those who will come here will come boldly and frankly to speak the truth of what they know happened in the cause of executing their duties in this land. Continue to uphold us with your love, with your forgiving spirits, and we know justice belongs to you, and you are a God of justice. And so we depend on you on this land as we continue to hear things that have happened here. May your grace grant us the patience to go through all. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much indeed. We need those prayers, Bishop. Council, are we ready with this morning's witness?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Good morning, members of the audience. We are ready to proceed with today's witness. Mr. Osha, could you kindly bring in the witness, please?
I, Aliu Jeng,
Do swear that
I'll speak the truth,
I'll speak the truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Jeng. Welcome to the TRRC.
Good morning, sir.
We have met before. I just want to receive some confirmations from you.
Yes, sir.
Prior to your appearance before the Commission today, you have been giving certain warnings, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have been warned that it is an offense to lie before the Commission,
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
You have been informed also that it is an offense to refuse to answer questions before the Commission, correct?
Correct.
You have also been informed that you have the right to remain silent and the right not to incriminate yourself. And in the event that you are compelled to answer a question in which you incriminate yourself, the answer you have provided would not be used in the event that you are prosecuted. Do you recall that?
Correct. I recall.
You have, in fact, signed a document indicating that you have been given those warnings I just mentioned, correct?
Correct.
You have also been informed that you have a right to a lawyer should you choose to have one, but you indicated that you waive your right to have a lawyer present during your hearing, correct?
Correct.
You have also been given information about the violations of human rights in which you are alleged to have been involved in. Do you recall that?
Yes, I recall.
And in fact, you are alleged to have been involved in the unlawful killing of Dauda Nyasi, unlawful killing of Deida Haidara, unlawful killing of Ndongo Mbub, unlawful killing of Haruna Jammeh, the unlawful killing of Daba Marena and 5 others, including Aliou Cisse, Ibulo, Manlafikor, Alfaba, a lady called Julia, and Masire Jammeh. You are also alleged to have been involved in the execution of over 40 West African migrants. You are also alleged to have been involved in the torture of General Savage and others at NIA premises. You are also alleged to have been involved in the arrest and torture of Lieutenant Faring Sanyang and others at the NIA premises. Do you recall having been informed about these allegations?
I recall.
And you in fact signed a document indicating that you have been informed of these allegations?
I have been informed.
Thank you very much. So before we start your testimony, I just want to remind you of your obligation to speak the truth. You have just taken an oath to speak the truth. It is a criminal offense in the Gambia if you lie on the oath. It is also an offense to lie before the TRRC. So you are expected to be truthful. Do you understand?
I understand.
Thank you very much. Kindly tell us your full names, please.
My name is Aliou Jeng.
What is your date of birth?
My date of birth is 2nd of July, 1979.
Where were you born?
I was born in Banjul.
Where in Banjul?
I was born at RTH, or by that time my parents were residing at John Street, number 3.
Okay. Thank you. Where did you go to school?
I go to school at St. Mary's Primary School.
Which year?
That was 1937 to 1993.
And what did you do after that?
After that, I proceeded to St. Augustine Junior Secondary School.
Is that school known by any other name?
It's known as Pajuf.
And did you complete St. Augustine's Secondary School?
Yes, I completed, sir.
When did you complete?
I completed in 1996.
Okay, and what did you do after that?
After that, I proceeded to National Youth Service Scheme, known as NYSS.
And what did you do at the NYSS?
At the NYSS, I was doing construction and carpentry and joinery as my trade.
Did you complete?
Yes, I completed.
And what did you do after completion?
After completion, I ventured into machinery and construction. But later, things were not going well with me due to certain reasons. So then I decided to join the army.
Which year did you join the army?
That was 4th of February, 2001.
Where did you do your military training?
At the Gambia Armed Forces Training School at Fajara Barracks.
And when did you complete your training?
I completed my training around August 2001.
And what did you do upon completion?
After I completed, I was deployed at Fajara Barracks.
For how long were you at Fajara Barracks?
I was in Fajara Barracks for almost 10 to 11 months.
And then?
And then from there, I was selected to go for a course.
Which course was that?
That was a commando course.
Who organized that commando course?
That commando course was organized by the State Guard. And different personnel from different battalions were invited to join.
Okay. And where was the course held?
The course was held at the police training school in Yundum.
In Yundum?
Yeah.
Do you recall with whom you participated in that course?
Okay, I cannot recall all of them, but there were many. Some come from different battalions, like Farafenye, Yundum. Some personnel come from the Navy, and some from, one like me, I come from Biden GNG, Gambia National Guard.
Can you tell us the names of the personnel who participated in that training, at least those that you can remember?
I cannot recall all of them as of now, but I believe I will try to recall some of them that are still in my mind.
Go ahead.
Abdullah Balde, Adama Balde, Sololo, I think something like Lamin Sane, but we call him Sololo. Resuto Kungbari. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, Resuto Kungbari and one like Yusuf Asane.
Go ahead.
This man, how to call it? Aliu Jamme.
Go ahead.
Modlamin Baji.
Go ahead. May I be of help? How about Fansu Nyabali?
Yeah, Fansu Nyabali was part of it.
Okay. How about Alaji Chor?
No, Alaji Chor was part of the first batch.
How many people participated in the training in which you attended?
If I don't forget, I believe it's almost 40 people.
Almost 40 people.
Or more.
Okay, let me ask you, who conducted that training?
That training, according to what I have found out from the people I was sharing the course with, this course started in Libya. Some personnel, some Gambia Armed Forces personnel were taken to Libya for training. Then the first batch they came. Then the second batch of them also went to Libya for the training. Then later, they decided to take the same team that trained those people to bring them in the Gambia to train badges in the Gambia also.
So what is the nationality or the nationalities of those who conducted the training?
Those are Libyans.
Good. And I would run other names by you and see what you say, whether they trained with you, before you, or after you. Lieutenant Samba Balde. Samba Balde?
No, Lieutenant Samba Balde, no. I don't know who is Lieutenant Samba Balde.
General Sol Baji?
No, General Sol Baji was not part of that.
Captain Mustafa Fall?
Captain Mustafa Fall, according to my understanding, he was an instructor because he did the course in Libya.
So he was an instructor during your own training?
Yeah, during our own training.
How about Bailo?
Bailo was part of the first batch.
How about Malik Jata?
Malik Jata was an instructor.
During your training?
Yeah.
How about Sana Manjang?
Sana Manjang also was an instructor.
How about Michael Correa?
No, Michael Correa was not part of that.
Momodu Sane?
Momodu Sane? No, Momodu Sane was... The Momodu Sane, I know he came from Navy. He was from Navy. That Momodu Sane, he was part of the first batch.
Captain Sehu Jallo?
No, Captain Sehu Jallo was part of the first batch.
How about Jola Moro?
Jola Moro was part of the first batch.
Ibrahima Jallo?
Ibrahima Jallo? No, I don't know of Ibrahima Jallo.
Faring Sanyang?
Faring Sanyang? Okay, I don't know exactly. But Faring also was part of the instructors. I don't know, I'm not sure whether he went to Libya or not.
Captain Sanjali Sala?
Sanjali Sala was part of the first batch.
Maulud Koli?
Maulud also was part of the first batch.
Sirif Gise?
Sirif Gise was part of the first batch that trained in the Gambia.
ML Koli?
ML Koli? No, I don't know which ML Koli are you referring to.
Sheikh Omar Diouf?
So, Sheikh Omar Diouf was part of the first batch.
Biram Get?
Biram Get also was part of the first batch.
ML Mendy?
ML Mendy. No, I don't know of ML Mendy.
Jere Sisao?
Jere Sisao was part of the first batch.
Alaji Chor?
If I don't make a mistake. Alaji Chor also was part of the first batch.
And Aliou Cisse?
Aliou Cisse was part of the first batch.
Okay, let me... Yes, these are the names I have. Your group, the only names I have are Abdullah Balde, Adama Balde, Sololo, Suntukung Bari, and Yusuf Asane, and yourself. Those are the only names I have. Aliou, yes, you also mentioned Aliou Jame, Modulamin Baji, and Fansu Nyabali.
Yeah.
These are the people you can remember from your team.
And there's man, I don't know, somebody who's called Silla. He was a signaler, but now he left the army.
Silla.
Silla, I forgot the name.
From Signals, huh? Signals unit.
Yeah.
And who else? It's all right. These are the people you can remember
These
so
are the
far.
people I can remember as a name.
That's right. So, how long did this training last?
This training lasts for almost 5 months.
And what happened after the training?
After the training, I was expecting to go back to my unit, that is GNG, Fajara Barracks, where I was deployed to come to for the course. I was expecting to go back, but later we were asked to stay at the State House. The whole team that trained together.
Under whose command?
Okay, I cannot recall my mind exactly because by that time I was not used to the people of the State House. But if I don't make a mistake, I believe by then, Lantombong Tamba was the commander. But where that information come from, I only read it on the notice board that we are now part of the State Guard when I was expecting to go back to my unit.
And can you tell us which year you did this training?
This training, this is 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
And what happened afterwards? You are now deployed to State House as a State Guard under the command of Langtombong Tamba. Tell us what happened after that.
After, we were part of the Delta Company. Because in the State House, we have different companies. We have the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, and the Delta Company.
And who was your platoon commander in the Delta Company?
No, Delta Commander, the platoon commander was Aliou Cissé.
And who was his immediate superior?
No, I don't know who was his immediate superior. Because by that time, I don't work with these senior men directly. The most people I work with is the lance corporal and the corporal. The highest rank I can recall was the sergeant. Sometime maybe the battalion CSM.
What is CSM?
Company Sergeant Major.
Who was he at the time?
He was this man, now call it, known as Jagaid, something Koli, but we know him as Jagaid. And because of his nickname, I don't...
Jagai or Jagaid?
Jagaid. Like when you say Jagaid you.
Yes, Jagaid, yes. Proceed, please. Did you remain in Delta Company for long?
Yes, I spent a little time with the Delta Company.
And then, did you happen to join any group in 2003?
Okay, before I come to that, I would like to explain this part. When I was at the Delta Company, we were responsible of the internal guard of the State Guard. And
Of the State Guard or of the State House?
State Guard Battalion. The State House is there, but the soldiers are set up. It's called the State Guard, or Battalion.
What were your responsibilities?
My responsibility by that time was sometimes we perform duties at Denton Bridge, the airport, and the State House. These are the responsibilities. And sometimes we man the QRF of the State Guard.
You man the quarry?
We man the QRF.
Okay, all right, of the State House.
Of the State House.
Okay. And for how long did you remain in the Delta Company?
Delta Company, I was there up to 2003.
And then what happened?
I believe in 2003, later we get the information that all of the company's members of Delta now are going to be deployed to Kanilai permanent for a while till further notice.
Proceed, please.
And when we were at Kanilai, we performed duties. That was the time the Kalaji guard post at the bridge was open. We manned Kamfenda checkpoint, and the ex-president's resident in Kanilai.
Proceed, please.
Those were my responsibilities down there at Kanilai.
Did your responsibilities change at all while you were there?
Yeah, it changed.
Kindly tell us, please.
Okay. Because when I was in Kanilai, I was performing my duties. One day, because according to how it went, it was that before I left from my sentry post, somebody was needed at the main gate. The reason I don't know, but the guard commander decided to, because by the time it was time for the guard changes to be done. So he decided to wait until I come, then when I am changed, because if he should take the person who should change me, then I'm gonna spend more time at my guard post. So the guard commander decided to wait until I close. So when I close, he gave me an information that Tumbul Tamba needed someone to go to him.
Proceed, please.
Okay. When Tumbul Tamba asked for someone from the main gate, and I was called to went there. So when I did my things, I placed my chest weapon and other things that I was having. Then I moved towards his house. So when I reached there, I asked his orderly. He tell me that he's upstairs. Then I tell him that I am around. Then I heard that he was asking for someone from the main gate. Then that's the time the orderly went up, informed him. Then he came back to me and tell me that yes, he said that you can go and answer to him. So when I went there is where I meet. That was in the evening. So when I went there, I meet Manjang was sitting with Malik Jata. So when I met him sitting Manjang and Malik Jata, so I come, he tell me sit, then I seated. He tell me, then he stopped his conversation and tell me, okay, now we are going from mission, but you, all I want you to do is that anywhere we go, our vehicle where it parked, be there and check our vehicle.
Okay, let's take it a few steps backwards. How were you deployed to Kanilai?
It was the whole company that were deployed. It was an order from the command that everybody from Delta Company are moving to Kanilai.
When you moved to Kanilai,
Yeah.
were you assigned to work with a particular group?
No, by then there was no particular group.
Do you know the patrol team?
Yes, I know the patrol team.
Were you a member of the patrol team?
It was later that this team come to form.
Answer the question. Were you a member of the patrol team?
Yes, I was.
Can you tell us how you became a member of the patrol team?
Yes, this is what I'm explaining. Here is where it started. By that time, it was not a team.
What do you mean by that? It was not a team.
Okay. What I mean is that during this time, I was on the ground. Nobody warned me of being part of any team.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe if there is a team that I should be, I have to be warned that now you are part of this team. And the team have to be mentioned to me. But nobody mentioned a team to me, that you are part of a team.
Were you at any point in time taken to Sanamanjang and informed that from now on you would be working with Sanamanjang, Malik Jata and co?
No, that have never happened. Nobody have ever taken me to Sanamanjang. The team was formed, I believe, later part when some soldiers were brought in. That was the only time I can remember. They bring those people and say that now these people are going to be here with you people. You are going to form a patrol team.
Was this after your first mission or before your first mission?
After my first and second mission.
This is what Malik Jatta had to say. He testified before this commission. He said, one day, you, Aliu Jeng, and him were warned by Major Bajinka that you should report to Tumbul Tamba in Kanilai to join the patrol team. And at that time, you guys were based in State House in Banjul. Major Bajinka instructed you, Aliu Jeng, and Malik Jatta to report to Kanilai, to Tumbul Tamba, and be members of the patrol team. Do you deny that?
If there is anything like that, I cannot recall anything like that in my mind.
But how can you forget your first day of deployment to the team with which you worked for years?
I have never met, Bajinka in that issue, where he warned me.
Wasn't, in fact, Bajinka the commander of the State Guard at the time? Your immediate commander?
Yeah, by that time, he was the immediate commander of the State Guard Battalion.
Yes. So would it be wrong that Bajinka would be the person to, in fact, give you orders to transfer to Kanilai?
Okay. Me, by then, I was a private soldier, and I have my limitation as a private soldier, because I believe if that should happen, it have to follow the chain of command until it's reached to me. But if that is the statement of Malik Jatta, that is him. But for me, I cannot recall such things.
Are you trying to avoid accepting that even before the first mission, you were a member of the patrol team?
No, I'm not trying to deny that. I'm saying what I have known.
So were you, in fact, a member of the patrol team before your first mission?
Before my first and second mission, no, after my first and second mission, that the team was later formed.
Well, your colleague said that the team was formed before the first mission.
That's what he said. But for me,
Is
what
he
I
lying?
know, of course he's lying.
You are the one speaking the truth.
Yeah, I'm the one speaking the truth. I'm saying what I have known.
Okay, all right, let's proceed. We will come back to this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you deny that the patrol team was formed before the first and second missions?
The patrol team was later formed after my first and second mission.
That's your testimony?
That's my testimony.
Okay, proceed, please. So how did you come to become a member of the patrol team?
I'll come to that later when I reach at that point.
No, just answer that question. How
Pardon?
did you come to become a member of the patrol team?
How I come to become the member of the patrol team was that there was a day in Kanilai, because after I have a problem with Tumbul, because by that time, Malik Jatta, I believe he was a storeman, and this man, how to call it, Sana Manjang, also was a storeman. But for me, I was not given any responsibility like that. So, one day, I was called at Tumbul's office, where I went. So later, some personnel of the state guards were called to come, so we have a meeting. And that meeting was, the people who attended that meeting was I myself, I was there. Malik Jatta was there. Sana Manjang was there. And Noah Baji was brought in, Mustafa Sane, and Fansu Nyabali with Michael Jata. These are the people I can recall who were in that meeting. So there is where Tumbul told me that, Jeng, you know, for you have a problem. I cannot understand you. But from now on, since you cannot be in line with us here, then know that this job, you are not the only soldier here. There are people who are ready to work for this for the state. This is how he explained it to me.
Did he say anything else?
Yeah, from there, he tells us that these people now, they are here to be a team with you people. Then your main role is to conduct patrolling around the border.
Is this the expansion of the team, or is it the creation of the team?
I believe it's the creation of the team.
Was that the first time you were working with Sana Manjang?
No.
Was that the first time you were working with Tumbul Tamba?
No.
Was that the first time you were working with Malik Jata?
No.
Was that the first time you were working with Fort Solo Bojang?
No, I don't work with Solo Bojang then.
These four people, what were you? Weren't you a team?
Anyway, I cannot call it a team.
What would you call
because
it?
From that
what
mission,
would you call it?
From that mission, I go back to my normal duties.
What would you call it?
I don't have a name for it. But why I say I cannot call it a team was that after every mission, what I did was to go back to my responsibility.
Isn't that normal in the army?
I cannot decide that. That left to the command because I was a private soldier.
So the group that was deployed for the first mission, what would you call that?
I don't get a name for it.
You wouldn't call it a team?
It might be.
And the second group, what would you call that?
I can't say it's a team.
Precisely. And you were called the patrol team?
Yes, we are called the patrol team. Later, when these people come in, that's the time it becomes like a patrol team.
It really would not matter much whether you call it the patrol team later or before. The fact remains that that group I mentioned, Tumbul, Sana Manjang, Malik Jata, and yourself participated together in missions. True or false?
True.
Okay. Kindly proceed from your description of what happened for the first mission in which you participated.
Okay. When I reached in Tumbul's room, all he warned me was that go and prepare yourself. Then later you come back. We are going for a mission. Then he gave me timings. Then I went. When that time, then I come back. So we boarded a vehicle.
Okay, just a moment. You have never worked with Tumbul before this particular occasion?
No. I never
worked with him?
No, I never worked with him.
Was he your immediate commander?
Tumbul? No. Tumbul was not my immediate commander. But at that particular time, in Kanilai, he was part of the command.
Would Tumbul be the person to give you your orders?
Tumbul? Yeah, I can say yes, because he's part of the command.
Listen to the question. At the time, you were not working with Tumbul.
No.
You were not in his team, correct?
Yep.
Did you have anything to do with him at that time?
Hadn't been.
Did you have anything to do with him at the time?
At that time? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to explain here.
Go ahead.
Hadn't been my guard commander, don't give me that go ahead. I will not go to him.
So you're telling us that you are just picked at random?
Yes.
That's your testimony. You were picked at random. It was just by chance.
I cannot decide whether it's by chance because it left to the command. Because as a private soldier, you cannot decide for yourself. Your decision of the job is on the hands of the command.
All members of the patrol team trained as commandos, correct?
Correct.
And it is the members of the patrol team who are called junglers, correct?
Some people call them junglers.
And you don't call them junglers?
Because I don't train as a jungler.
But the patrol team, you know, was also synonymous to junglers.
After when the team was formed, there were members of the team who participated in this jungler course. And many people before this team, there were teams that were operating in the State House. And when I was in Fajara Barracks, when we go for patrolling from the QRF, because that was a daily routine at night, at Fajara QRF, they do deployment for this team, patrolling. There was a time I met with a team around Bijulo, where they used to mine the sand. Because by that time, Fajara Barracks were very particular about that area. Because the mining there was illegal. Some of these trucks, they do sneak at night and go inside that place, fetch sand and go and sell it. So whenever we go out for patrolling, we do pass by there. There was a day we meet with a pickup of soldiers. So when I ask about them, they tell me that these people are from the State House, they are patrol. So after that, when I come to the State House also, I was hearing these junglers. I was hearing about them. I heard that they do perform patrolling and other stuff.
And the group you joined?
The group I joined, some people believe that it's the same junglers that is continuing. This is why still now the same team is called the junglers.
So do you accept, therefore, that the team you joined is the team that was called the junglers?
I cannot deny that.
Good, good. So let's proceed. At what stage were you informed about the job of the junglers or what their role was to be?
Anyway, the day I met Tumbul in his house, he never informed me of anything. Because I met him, he was talking with Manjang. When I come, they keep quiet. So later he tell them, no, give me a chance, let me talk to this man. Then when he talked to me, when he finished, then he tell me, go and prepare and come. That's how I went and lived them there.
And what did he tell you?
He tell me that we are going for a mission. Anyway, we pack
what mission?
Huh? No.
What was the mission?
He don't come into details.
Did you ask him what mission?
No, I don't ask him.
Why?
Because I feel that he's part of the command. Maybe he might tell me later. Because he was in a haste. He just tell me there is a mission, go and prepare and come. Okay. But hadn't been that he had put me and explained to me exactly, this is this or that is that, then I will know exactly what will happen.
Did he tell you what preparation entailed, what it meant?
Sorry?
Did he tell you what preparation meant?
Okay, the problem was that I was just from Centuries. So maybe he might feel that from the sentry box, maybe the fatigue of the standing and other stuff, he might give me a time to go and prepare. This is how I see it.
What did you understand him to mean when he said, go and prepare and come?
That means that, okay, how can I explain is that he want me to go and sort out myself personally, then I came back. That's how I understand.
And what did you do to sort out yourself?
When I go, I take bath, I take my dinner, then I come back.
And how did you come back? Did you carry anything?
No, when I come, I don't carry anything.
Did you carry a weapon?
No,
You went empty-handed.
I went empty-handed.
Okay, proceed, please.
So when I went to his house, so later, when I come, those people he was talking with, when I came back, they were not there. I think they also went.
Who were they?
That is Malik Jata and Sana Manjang.
Proceed.
So I waited for some minutes, less than 5 minutes. They all came. So Tumbul come down. Then we boarded the vehicle. Then we headed to the combos.
And those people who came back, did they carry any weapons?
No,
None of them carried a weapon.
none of them.
Okay. And proceed, please.
Then from there, we boarded the vehicle. Then we headed to the combos around Serakunda. Somewhere around, when you take it from Churchillstown, going towards Serakunda, around the garage area. He take a bend around somewhere else, somewhere like when you are going toward the Serakunda primary, I believe.
Proceed, please. Please proceed, please.
When we reach at that place, then Tumbul Tamba was communicating on the phone. He was communicating on a phone. But when he was communicating, he was speaking his native language, that is Jola. I could not hear it, what he was saying. But I know that he was communicating with someone. So later, where we parked the vehicle, I was inside the car. Later he get down, he stand aside, on the side of the driver, where the driver, because he was the one driving, if I don't forget. So he stand, he was communicating. But when he communicate for some minutes, later I see him, he move forward and then go inside the darkness. So when he went in the dark, he was there for some minutes also. Then later he come out with somebody that he was coming with, the person that I never knew. I never met him. I don't recognize him. So they stand, they chat, they talk. After they talk for some times, later, he tumbled himself, he come and tell me, Jeng, get down from the vehicle, then you go behind the pickup. So that's what I did. So when I did that, so this was the time, 4 of them, Malik Jata, Sanamanyang, and the man, and Tumbul himself be inside the cabin. Then from there, Tumbul drove towards, Churchillstown, then headed towards the, towards Tabokoto, up to somewhere around Piyundum. Then he take a bend, but all I can recognize around that area, I believe is around the airport, because that was night time. Maybe you cannot have a reference to recognize it, but I know that it's within the airport premises, or either outside the airport premises. But I was not sure exactly, but I know it's within the surrounding of the airport.
Would it be Bafaloto area?
No, I cannot know whether it was Bafaloto or where, or somewhere else.
Proceed,
But,
please.
So from there, when we reach at a point, then the vehicle stopped. When the vehicle stopped, then they all get down from the vehicle. After getting down from the vehicle, I was still behind the pickup, because I don't know what was going on. So from there, they stand for some times. Tumbul chat with the man. Then later,
What were they saying?
they were speaking Jola. I could not hear. what they were saying. They were speaking their native language.
Proceed.
So when they speak for some time, later they move. Tumbul come to me and tell me, Jeng, you can stay here because the vehicle is parked. So that's how I stayed at the vehicle.
This place, was it in the immediate vicinity of homes, or was it in a completely isolated area?
I believe it's a completely isolated area because there were no buildings or any other feature that you can recognize to know that this is.
It was bush.
It was bushy.
It was also in the bush.
Yeah.
Were there any houses within 1 kilometer of where you were?
No, it was night time. I couldn't see any house, to be honest.
But you understand the general area, and you passed through some places to get to where the vehicle stopped. Did you see any houses around there?
No, I don't see any house.
So it's a completely isolated area.
It's a completely isolated area.
Okay, and proceed, please. What happened after that?
And from there, this Tumbul talked with the man. Later they moved forward, whilst I was staying in the car. So there they went with the man. Later, almost nearly an hour or more, if I don't forget. So later they came back, we boarded the vehicle, then proceed to Kanilai. But when they were coming back...
Hold a second. Yeah. Did you hear anything while they were gone for this 1 hour or two?
No, I don't hear anything.
As far as you're concerned, nothing happened?
If there is something happen, I don't hear anything or I don't see anything because I was at the vehicle. Because in military, they don't abandon vehicles like that.
You were at the vehicle or in the vehicle?
I was behind the cabin. Sorry, behind the pickup.
You have to make up your mind.
I was behind the pickup.
You see, a minute ago,
yeah,
you said you were in the car when they were leaving. But prior to that, you said all of you came out and you were standing behind the pickup. They spoke and they left. Then you come back to say, well, when they were leaving, you were in the pickup. Now you're telling us again that you were out of the pickup.
No, I was not in the pickup. I was out of the pickup because that started outside where they picked the man. There is where Tumbul gave me the order to sit behind the pickup.
We're not talking about being inside the back of the pickup.
Yeah.
We're talking about being in the pickup or out of the pickup. But I wouldn't bother you more with that.
Yeah.
All right? Proceed with your story. When they were coming, what happened?
Pardon?
You said something happened when they were coming back.
When they were coming, they don't come with the man.
Did you ask any questions?
At that point of time, I don't ask.
Did you hear anything about what happened?
No, at that particular time, I don't ask. But later, I tried to find out.
And what did you find out?
I tried to find out what happened to that man.
And
when I ask, they tell me, look, this is military. Where you are asked to stop, stop there. What you don't see, you don't see it. What you don't witness, you don't, we don't witness it. So don't ask too much of question.
So essentially, you don't know anything about what happened to this person?
I don't know anything about what happened about him.
You don't know anything?
I don't know anything.
About what happened to this person?
What happened to him.
Okay, let's take a few steps backwards and then we would try to deal with this issue.
Yes, sir.
In fact, your deployment to Kanilai was purposely to be a member of the patrol team.
No, I don't agree to that because we were deployed there as a platoon.
In fact, if you let me read out
as a company.
What Malik had to say. He says, Aliu Jeng and I were warned. He did not say the whole Delta Company. He said, Aliu Jeng and I were warned by Bajinka that we should report to Tumbul Tamba in Kanilai to join the patrol team, which is a sub-unit of the battalion. I found it published that we were part of the patrol team and a vehicle arrived to take us to Kanilai. You deny that?
No, I don't go with Malik Jata to Kanilai.
Does Malik Jata know you?
Malik Jata, he knows me.
And how many people did he work with during that time?
Many. I can say the whole state guard.
And he chose to mention nobody else but you. Why do you think he would do that?
The reason why best known to him. But for me...
Well, he said that that is the truth. The two of you were deployed to the patrol team.
That's what he said.
Prior to your force operation, were you informed about the work of the patrol team and what you are expected to be doing in Kanilai?
No.
Were you given a tour of Kanilai such that you would know the routes in and out of Kanilai?
No.
Were you taken to the border with Casamas and informed as to how to patrol that particular area?
No, that have never happened. Jara is lying. If he said that, he's lying.
Why would he lie about that?
I don't know. The reason best known to him.
But have you ever been given such a course, such an orientation about Kanilai?
Okay, how I start to know the surrounding...
Answer the question. Have you been given such an orientation?
Orientation, no.
So you've never been taken in and out of Kanilai? You've never been showed the routes?
No. That have never happened.
Have you been told that Tumbul Tamba and Sana Manjang would be your commander?
No.
Have you in fact been told that you were going to be a member of a killer squad?
No.
But you see, this is the problem. You don't want to be part of that killer squad. So you want to try to extricate yourself from all the activities which made you know that you are going to be part of a killer squad.
No, I'm not trying to extricate myself in this matter. Malik Jata, he said what he knows. That's what he said.
And you saying what you know?
And me, I say what I am know. Malik Jata cannot speak on my behalf.
Okay, yes, Malik cannot speak on your behalf. But some people died. And you were there. And you participated in it. Only that you wouldn't have the courage to say that you were there and participated in it.
Which people? Pardon?
But we will come to that.
I cannot understand.
Okay. Now let's move to the Nyasi thing. Do you know a person called Dauda Nyasi?
No, I don't know the person called Dauda Nyasi. But during this investigation, I heard that the person who was picked at that Serekunda, around Serekunda cinema, that is the person who was Dauda Nyasi.
And what happened to him?
He was the one Tumbul was communicating. He asked him to get inside the vehicle, and he drove whilst I was behind the pickup up to behind the airport.
And what happened to him?
I don't know what happened to him. They went with him.
You killed him?
I don't kill him.
I would ask the OV van to play the clip we have of the statement of Malik Jata on Dauda Nyasi.
When we came down, he grabbed this gentleman by the collar of his shirt, pulled him out, and then as he was pushing him, we were standing behind the vehicle, all three of us.
Name names. Who was there?
That was myself, Sanamanjang, and the Alujang.
Good. And then what happened?
So he pushed this man past us and he pushed him forward, pulling out a pistol. Before he shot, in fact, when he pulled this man, he said, "Gentlemen, this is one of the idiots."
What did you understand him to mean by that?
That means one of the rebels. But he will describe them as the idiots.
And then what did he do?
Then he pushed him and released a shot.
At who?
at the man that he pushed.
And then what happened after that?
He looked back and saw us. We were not there to shoot, but he had mentioned before this that, do as I do. So when he looked back, there was no response. He shouted, "What are you people waiting for?" At this point, all the three of us, as I have mentioned, Manjang, myself, and Jeng, pulled out our pistols. So I pulled out my pistol before I shot. We were all reluctant anyway. And you will feel, I pulled the pistol, and there was something I said that in the interest of my country, we are ordered to gun you down. So while I was saying that, these two people have already shot. That's why I believe my shot was the last. I didn't even pick up an aim. I just pulled out the pistol and said, in the interest of my country, we are ordered to gun you down. So I pointed the weapon to the direction of the target and then squeezed the trigger. It fired.
All four of you fired at the victim?
He fired the victim and the victim fell down. Then the three of us, when he shouted on us, that what do we wait for? What did we use to wait? What were we waiting for? We all squeezed shots in the direction of this.
Yes, I heard it.
You think Malik Jatta did not know how this victim died?
Malik Jatta, he might know something about how that man died.
Do you think Malik Jatta knows how the victim died?
No, I don't think.
Why?
Because I don't see where that man was shot.
The question is, do you think that Malik Jatta knows how the victim died?
Did I think? Malik Jatta knows. Anyway, because before you think of something and believing in that thing is something that you have seen.
Do you think Malik Jatta would have a reason to lie about how the victim died?
Yeah, Malik Jatta is lying.
You think Malik Jatta would lie about how the victim died just to implicate himself in the killing of that victim?
Malik Jatta is lying, sir.
All you're doing is hiding behind Lamin Malik Jatta is lying, but you're not answering the question.
I will repeat the question. Let me hear.
Do you think Malik Jatta would lie about how the victim died just so that he can implicate himself in the killing of the victim?
That is up to him. It's him.
I am now asking you, not him. He's been asked. He answered. I'm now asking you, do you think he would do that?
I cannot read what is in his mind to know whether he's thinking like that.
And do you think Malik Jatta would come to say that the victim died by gunshots when there were no guns available?
If he received any gun, then he knows where he get it.
You said none of them had a gun.
But they were inside the cabin.
You said none of them had a gun.
Because I don't see it with them.
You see, you come to lie about not having a weapon yourself simply because you want to concoct this fanciful story that there was no killing.
I don't see any killing.
You did not even hear a gunshot.
I don't hear a gunshot.
So the victim just suddenly evaporated and just disappeared like that.
I don't know how he disappeared.
The truth is, you, Malik Jatta, Sana Manjang, and Tumbul Tamba executed Dauda Nyasi in cold blood in this isolated area, and you left him there. You are denying your responsibility. You're trying to shield yourself from responsibility.
I'm not trying to deny myself from this responsibility. As a junior man, in military, orders are given. You work according to orders.
Yes, and you were ordered to shoot, and you shot.
I don't order to shoot. All I was ordered was to stay in the vehicle, sir.
And what? And what? And do what?
To watch the vehicle where it is.
To watch it from what?
This is military. Vehicles are not isolated just like that.
But the guy was killed there and then. They did not have to go 1 hour inside to kill the person.
The commander gave the order that suits him.
They did not go away from the vehicle. They shot him there and then in your presence, and you participated.
No, they went with the man.
Why?
I don't know.
They are in no man's land, in the bush. Why would they go into the bush to hide the car and go into the bush to do the killing?
So that car, maybe, according to me, my own understanding as a soldier, what I believe, maybe Tumbul might think that if he leave that vehicle there at night, somebody might come and meet the vehicle there and ask and cause an alert.
That's why they did not even have to leave the car. They shot him there and then.
No, they left the car there. The car was isolated. Sir?
And 1 hour? They had to go away for 1 hour?
Yeah. Or maybe more than that.
Or even more than that.
Because I don't check the time at that time. But this is my own estimation.
The thing is, you cannot explain why. These people have already gone into the bush. Completely isolated area. There is no house within 1 kilometer of that area. They were already isolated.
Of course, they were isolated.
Why would they have to now leave the car to go somewhere else to kill the victim?
That is chosen by Tumbul. He's the commander.
No, you have chosen that story because you want to extricate yourself from the killing.
I'm not trying to extricate myself from this killing, sir.
Your story does not add up. It does not.
As far as I know, I work according to the orders that Tumbul give.
And your orders were to kill the person?
I cannot go beyond that. The order he gave me is to watch the vehicle, and there is where I stop. I watch the vehicle, sir.
Yes, you have refused to accept.
I don't refuse to accept. I'm telling you what I have known.
You are telling us your concocted story. I'll move on to the next topic.
Pardon?
I'll move on to the next topic.
Yes, sir.
Which other operation did you participate in?
This was another day. On this day, I was at that place, Sanyangkunda Sangha.
You were where?
Sanyangkunda Sangha. There is a Sangha, like a guard post. There is a defensive that we call Sangha in the army.
Proceed, please.
So when I was at that Sangha, Tumbul also called me. He sent for me. He sent his orderly to come and call me. So I went. When I went to his house, there is where he asked me that they are going for a mission.
Yes, go ahead.
There also, he asked me that they are going for a mission. But before that,
yes, go ahead.
Before that, there was these other soldiers. Sometimes we do see soldiers going out. When we ask where they are going for, they say that they are going for patrolling around the greater Banjul area. Because the reason was that there were these people who used to pickpocket around the Serakunda, Banjul garage in Serakunda. Like the road called, I don't know, Kolongba Road, something like that. This was the information we do pick at the State House. Sometimes when you are at the main gate, when these vehicles are going out, we do hear from them. Then we asked, they said that, these people are going to cut these people who used to pickpocket armed robbery. Because those kind of things were too much around that area. So, on that day, when Tubul called me, he don't brief me exactly what is going to happen. The reason why, I don't know why he don't brief me. So, he tell me that we are
at
going...
At this stage, was it normal that he would brief you?
Yes, it's very important for him to brief me.
The question is, was it normal that he would brief you?
Yes, it's normal.
And prior to that occasion, he would brief you about missions?
Sorry, I could not understand your...
Prior to this particular occasion, he would normally brief you about missions you were going to go for?
No, because that was my second mission. He never briefed me of anything.
So why were you expecting a briefing on this occasion?
No, because I feel if you should call me, you should have tell me something. Because,
I do not.
Listen, sorry. Because since the first operation, I wanted to ask, I was stopped for not asking questions. This is why.
Could you say that again?
Since the first mission, I wanted to ask about what happened. So when I wanted to ask, they tell me that I should not ask questions because me, I ask too much of questions.
Mr. Witness.
Yep.
When you were told to prepare and go for mission,
yeah,
I asked you the question.
Yeah.
Did you ask questions? And you said you should not ask questions. This is the army. This is what happens. They tell you prepare, you go. You prepare and go. You don't ask questions. Now you want to change. You want to make us believe that you ask too many questions. And because you ask too many questions, they stop you from asking questions.
Because I don't know what was going on. I wanted to know. This is why I asked. So when I started asking questions, I was stopped.
What we don't understand. You told us you did not ask any questions because you should not be asking questions. Didn't you say that earlier?
No, I cannot recall saying that.
Well,
maybe,
we recall.
Maybe my mind might.
We recall. You said it.
No, I don't say that.
I asked you the question specifically.
I cannot recall saying that.
You cannot recall saying that. Yeah. Well, the commissioners would make up their minds on they would assess the evidence and make up their minds on that.
Yeah.
But I can assure you that you said quite clearly that you shouldn't ask questions because this is the army.
I cannot recall saying that.
You cannot recall saying that? Yeah. Okay, proceed.
Maybe
now you tell us that you do ask questions.
This is after, when I was stopped. I started asking questions after my first mission. I wanted to know what happened. So when I wanted to know, I asked questions and I was stopped.
On that particular issue,
yeah.
Did you have any discussions on the way about idiots who had to be killed?
No, I never heard of anything like that.
Where did you sit in the vehicle on your return?
On our return. On our return, I was inside the cabin.
So you would not have missed the discussions that were taking place?
No, I cannot recall any discussion taking place inside that cabin.
So there was silence from that part of the airport where you are until you arrive at Kanilai?
There was no silence.
What were they talking about?
I cannot recall exactly what they were talking about, but I know they were not talking anything like what happened inside the cabin. They were discussing different topics.
What topics?
I cannot recall my mind because this thing a long time.
This is what Malik Jata had to say. I read out from his statement. He said, on our return journey back to Kanilai, I asked who the man was, and Tumbul said that he was Dauda Nyasi. a member of the rebels from Liberia?
I never received such information.
Do you think Malik would also fabricate this?
Yes, Malik might fabricate, but I don't know where he get that information.
Malik said he got that information whilst you guys were driving back. He asked Tumbul, and Tumbul answered that this person was Dauda Nyasi, one of the rebels from Liberia.
Maybe he might have such conversation with Tumbul, but for me, I don't hear such conversation.
You don't want to hear anything
it's not that I
about the killing of this person?
No, it's not that I don't want to hear anything, but I don't hear anything.
You wouldn't hear anything, you wouldn't see anything, you wouldn't do anything.
It's not that I don't hear anything.
So, can you explain why would Malik Jatta now want to lie about the conversations, lie about your act, and lie about your presence, and lie about his own acts and the acts of other people? Why would he fabricate this story?
Yes, Malik Jatta might fabricate those stories to cover himself.
To cover himself from what?
I don't know, because he knows where he get that stories from. But
in fact, he implicated himself. Would he lie to implicate himself?
I don't know, because I cannot read.
Would you lie to implicate yourself?
I will never lie to implicate myself.
Why do you think somebody else would?
I can only talk of myself.
The question is, why do you think somebody else would?
Because I heard what he was saying on the audio. I heard it, and I know what he's saying against me.
The question is, why would anybody lie to implicate him or herself?
I don't know.
Exactly. It's not rational, is it?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
I don't know.
Or you don't know that it doesn't make sense?
No, I cannot understand that.
Mr. Chair, it's time for the first break.
Thank you, Council. We'll take a 30-minute break, come back at 12 noon. Meeting is adjourned.
Ifana sajo waralde yamna ka dam do mire fana manyi bondi woldo
hey ke foti ama kiba dima bodu lay dam male jelo fana jelonde ndimma wala yinkina nya hani dala so ma bondi ja kina nya turu balu on ko yamela kami ko
nde fana ndimuso ayanta sanya wolto baluwo
ay ni balu na fa waralde sawga manjara moy jakal
nyimba na salo ni lafta leyon la isa soto nin sila taringo minna wolom baluwo siloti ka kuma ko ilong ila kuoto alte la website oto www.baluwo.com wala aliela app download baramanda nyinda mala anim baluwo alse mano sanno sukuro tulo anim fen jama baluwo wala efisia ka kodo kina